What's good, y'all? Alright, so I'm sure that you guys could tell by the title of this video what this video is going to be about. So to begin with, I want to start by saying, I'm not looking for clout off of this as much as anybody would want to think of that. Like, I'm not looking for clout off of this. I'm not looking for anything. But I think that it is time for me to start letting people know my side of things, because I feel like everything has been one-sided. You feel me? I feel like that's why I think social media is so toxic, and it's something that I've been learning, during this whole journey. That on social media, people will believe what one person says out of a story without hearing the other side, because there's always two sides to the story. I genuinely feel like you guys would believe anything one person says. Like a crazy example, like a random person I don't know, if they claimed that I killed their cat, y'all would believe it. And that you guys would really believe it just because that person said it. But it's like, I never said anything about it. I never mentioned anything about it. It's like you guys just will be so quick to attack me off of what one thing says, off of one perspective of what you guys see. So I watched Chandler's, my ex, her video. I watched her recent video. I watched the majority of it, and basically, once again, I'm not looking for no clout or anything like that. And just as she stated in her video, I'm not here to try to expose her or, bash her or, throw her name on the ground, anything like that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not asking you guys not to support her. I'm only here to clear some things up and correct some things out of this video so that you guys get a better understanding and you guys get to see my side and basically know about my feelings and why some things happened and just, that she explained. So this is something that's kind of hard for me to talk about because I'm not really good with expressing myself, and these past few months have been crazy for me. It's been hell for me. And as much as you guys could see on my Instagram and just on social media in general how my life looks or how it looks fun and stuff like that, it's not. I've been going through a lot of shit. I really have, mentally, physically, and it's been getting to me. I've been feeling really low. But I noticed that within myself, and I've been working on healing. I've been going through a process. I've just been trying to stay positive this whole entire time. I've been trying to just keep my head up, and it's draining. It's so draining. I feel like I've been keeping quiet for so long these past few months since the beginning of this whole situation with me and Chandler. Okay, you guys can look this up on YouTube yourselves. If you guys search my name, Zay Hicks, or even Chandler's name on Instagram, you guys will see the lives. This whole thing started after, me and Chandler broke up and we didn't make it public, and I went live, letting it be known that me and Chandler were broken up. I did this because Chandler was texting other people, making it seem, my friends, making it seem that I was still in this relationship with Chandler. Chandler would still post pictures of us and make it seem like we were together when that was not the case, and it was irritating me. I was upset by it. I asked her to stop, and then the whole situation got worse with Crew because she wanted me to delete a picture of me and Crew off her page when I was mad about this, because me and Crew's relationship has nothing to do with me and Chandler's relationship. Yes, me and Chandler could argue and stuff like that, but to me, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like me and Crew had this connection that was unbreakable, and that's not something that I wanted to lose, or like being forced to delete a picture. But it's something that, at the end of the day, I would have to respect because that is her child. So that whole thing happened. I went live talking about, basically how me and Chandler were broken up. I let it be known, and I felt that me and Chandler together, our relationship was toxic, and I called her crazy, which I apologized to her about. But these are things that how I truly felt. I felt that the relationship was toxic. I wasn't calling her toxic, but I was calling both of us, like, our relationship together, it was toxic, and I let it be known that we were broken up. That was the end. I never spoke out about anything after this because Chandler decided to go live after and bash me. Chandler went on live 2 times, I believe, and it's on YouTube, 2 or 3 times, and bashed my name. She threw my name to the ground. She degraded my character. She tried her best to make me look like the worst person possible. The reason why I had a problem with this is because half of the shit that she said in this live was incorrect. She made up shit in her head and decided to tell it on live to make fun of me, to degrade me, to make me look like an asshole, and just much more. And seeing how social media worked after that, I never decided to go public about anything ever since that. I had people telling me, you know, oh, make a video, you know, expose her, or, you know, go back live and, you know, tell your part of the story. I didn't do that because I was trying to grow as a person. I didn't want to be that person to keep fighting back. I wanted to be that person to not have to use their energy on that. You know, I was trying to be this person where I felt that I don't need to explain to you guys or tell you guys the truth or something. As long as I know the truth, then that should be it. And this is the type of person I've been trying to be this past couple months. I've been trying so hard. I've tried so hard and you guys don't understand. And this is because I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be better than that. It hurts because it's like no matter what I do, I'm always labeled as the bad person. I'm labeled as a bad person. And you know, just so you guys know that this is, let me go ahead actually, I'm gonna pull it up. The reason why I'm also bringing this up is because I wanna go back to the beginning so that you guys can understand my hurt and why I've been acting the way I've acted, or you know, why I didn't post Chandler when you guys thought we got back together and stuff like that, or you know, just let me show you guys. All right, so this is the live from, this is on YouTube. This is from Chandler's live right here. So the beginning of the live, I don't know if this was the beginning, but this when someone recorded it. Chandler states this. Just go ahead and listen to it.
First of all, he wouldn't even have a place to stay if it weren't for me. His lease ended, and I let him stay at my house, moved in with him so he would have a roof over his fucking head. Like, are you?
Let me tell you guys this right now. That is a lie. I was not homeless before I met Chandler. You know, I wasn't in danger of not having a place to stay before I met Chandler. Yes, my lease was ending, but if I didn't know Chandler, or even if I didn't know Chandler and we didn't move together, I would have renewed that lease. That lease would have been renewed. She is not the reason why I have a place to live right now, okay? Let me make that clear. And you know what, let's go ahead and call my roommate. I want to call my roommate just so I could confirm this with you guys, just so you guys know that I'm not bullshitting this. I was not at risk of being homeless or not having a place to stay. She's not the reason why I had a roof over my head, okay? My roommates, we were all going to renew this lease together. This is literally something that we planned together. My roommate asked me, hey, you know, I know you're in a relationship, you know, if you're moving with Chandler, if you and Chandler are going to move together, just let us know, you know, we'll get our own place. But if not, you know, we're still going to be in this lease with you. We're going to renew it. That's literally what happened. So let me call Oaks right now, my roommate, my old roommate.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up? So, do you remember before me and Chandler moved in together, and you know how our lease was ending?
Yeah.
So I just need you to answer the question. So basically, like I don't need nothing extra, but basically, when that lease was ending, say if I didn't meet Chandler, or even if I, you know, when I knew Chandler before I told you that me and her were moving together, weren't we gonna renew that lease?
Yeah, me and Carly said that we was gonna keep it there. We would have been pretty much still at the same house, yeah.
Still at the same house. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed.
That's it.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
Thank you. Right there. I was not at risk of not having a place to live, okay? Also with this, Chandler says this, that, you know, oh, I made her move out to LA. That is a lie. When me and Chandler first met, she kept saying she wanted to move in together. And I was just like, I don't know. In my head, I was like, I don't know, you know? Because I never see myself moving in with someone so early. And keep in mind, I'm young, I make mistakes, okay? It just so happened that me and Chandler's lease were ending around the same time frame. And basically, I brought it up saying like, hey, you know, like, I'm ending this lease soon. You know, I'm gonna renew it, but you know, I know you've been wanting to move in together, you know. And also, Chandler's been wanting to move back to LA. So, you know, I was like, hey, we could move in together and stuff like that. She immediately was happy. It was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So that's how it went from there. This was a big mistake that me and her both made together. You know, something I could own up to. We both made that mistake. I feel like we rushed in way too fast. Now, also saying this, I also want to state that this is also what she stated in her video too, that it was the way we are now was never like this. Me and Chandler's, we love each other. The beginning relationship was really good. It was perfect. You know, we have our little arguments and stuff like that, regular arguments, but it wasn't nothing crazy. But we made the decision to move in together. My lease ended like 5 days before, or like 3, 4, 5 days before we moved into our new place. So I could have stayed with friends, I could have stayed with family, I could have stayed with my old roommates who moved into another place right next to, in the same apartment complex. But Chandler offered, like, hey, you know, you can stay at my place for those 3, 5 days until we, you know, were able to move into our new place. So I decided to do that. It was cool for a minute. Chandler and I had gotten into like a little mini argument. I don't know what it was about, but every time me and Chandler argue, she will always throw a joke, you know, to make it more funny than an argument, just to light it up, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. But, you know, she would call me ugly, or she would say, you know, skinny, or, you know, things that, you know, light up the mood. And I had no problem with that. I feel like if you're going through an argument, you know, sometimes, I mean, there's times where it's not okay to joke around, but, you know, you got to throw a joke in there sometimes just so that the person knows that you're not being, like, you know, you're not too angry with them. So this comes into play where Chandler said that I called her ugly. Me and Chandler had got into an argument, and it was like a really small argument. I can't remember what it was about, but it was pretty small. And during the argument, Chandler always makes this like face where she's like basically like basically I proved you wrong type of thing. And she made that face, and I was jokingly saying, like, I said, like, don't make that ugly face. And then I literally laughed a little bit and just walked away. She got mad about it. She went to me, yelled at me, said, don't call me ugly in my own house. Like, don't disrespect me like that. Matter of fact, get out of my house. So she kicked me out of her house. This was the day before we moved into our new apartment. At the time, I was so confused as to what happened. I was lost. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Now later on, I'm understanding where she may have been hurt by it. She probably didn't take it as a joke. You know, I took it as a joke, and I always take it as a joke when she does it to me. But to her, you know, she may be more emotional, and I should have took that into consideration. So I did apologize about that. At that point of time, I was irritated. I was done. I was like, you know, I don't want to move in together because she kicked me out that night. Keep in mind, this is still her old apartment, so she lived like an hour away from me in LA. So I had to drive all the way back up to LA this night. And before I did that, I wanted to get my money that we were going to deposit into our apartment. So she says that she gave me this option to get out of the lease, you know, or like to not move in. That was a lie too. Chandler didn't give me this option. Chandler said that she was going to send me the money the next day. The next day I come to the apartment, she already gave the money to the leasing lady, or whatever you call it. She didn't give me no option, okay? So basically I was already on this lease. This was something that was already done deal. Me and Chandler ended up fixing things, working things out. It was cool for a while. Another thing in this live, Chandler says that she put clothes on my back. It's the way she words things, man. The way that she worded this made it seem like I had no clothes to begin with. And for this fact, I can see why you guys would say I'm using her. So let me go ahead and clear this up for you guys. I have hella clothes. I was donating clothes when I met Chandler. Chandler came to my house and seen all these fucking trash bags full of clothes I was donating or giving away or just throwing away. I have clothes. Chandler bought me clothes on my birthday. Bought me, you know, some shirts and bought me 2 Laker hoodies. And to be honest with you, I don't wear none of those clothes besides the Laker hoodies. So the fact that she would say that she put clothes on my back and like basically making it seem like she's the reason why I have what I have, that irritated me and hurt me. Another big thing about this whole live situation is, most of you guys know now, of course I have my real family with me, but growing up I came from a dysfunctional family. My family, you know, broke apart a lot. It's nothing I really want to get into detail about. But it's personal stuff that I told Chandler. I let Chandler in my life. I let her know this type of stuff, and she decided to use against me. Chandler went live that night and basically told everybody about another family that's not really my blood family, but people that I consider my family, that took me in and took care of me and made me who I am today. Decided to tell the whole world about that when I was not ready to tell people about that yet. I wasn't ready to let people know that, you know, hey, this is how my family is set up and stuff like that, you know, or that basically, you know, that like I come from an adopted family. I didn't want people to know that, besides my friends and family and people I'm close with. Chandler decided to tell the whole world about that, and I was hurt as hell because I wasn't ready to open up about that yet. And the fact that she decided to do that for me just because she was angry that I went live and told people that we broke up, that hurt me a lot. Keep in mind, no one's knowing about the backside. This stuff I'm telling you right now, people don't know about this because I didn't go live again about it. I didn't, you know, go on social media and tweet about it, or I didn't make a video about it. I literally kept quiet after this first live because she bashed me so much that I was at this low point, and I didn't have the energy to do this no more. And I didn't want to get into this anymore because I was afraid of ending where we are right now. I didn't want to have to make this video, but now it's at this point where I've been quiet for so long, for all these months. I've been trying my best to just let people believe what they want to believe as long as I know the truth, and let Chandler do her and just keep talking shit. But now I'm at this point where I have to speak up, and I have to let you guys know my side, and I have to let you guys know why certain things are the way they are and what's done has been done. Another thing I want to get into is clout. Chandler told people that I used her for clout. So here's the crazy thing. Chandler, I'm sure you're watching this video. Everything that I've done, everything that we went through was pure love. I never used you for clout. I never would want to use you for clout. Let me make this clear to you guys right now. On Instagram, if you have a verified check, that doesn't mean that you have clout. You could have 1,000 followers and have a verified check. A verified check doesn't make you famous. At the time I met Chandler, I had verified people in my DMs. I had people with more clout than Chandler. I had people who were bigger than Chandler. I had people that would have bigger engagement than Chandler. And with all due respect, I'm not disrespecting her, but Chandler has a big following, but her engagement doesn't match up to it. So if I wanted to use someone for clout, I would rather go with the people who were in my DMs. But instead, I decided to go with a girl who has a child. Now, if I really wanted to use someone for clout, I would rather go with someone who doesn't have a child. Once again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm being honest with you guys. Think logical here. I decided to choose someone with a child because I love that person and I love that kid just as much. So the fact that she would sit here, and say that I'm using you for clout, that shit hurts as well. This is a lot of shit that I've been holding in too. So point is, I never used Chandler for clout. I would never use anybody for clout. I do not care about social media followers. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't care. I barely post as it is. On top of that, if I wanted to use Chandler for clout, I don't think that I would have made the dumb decision of moving in with her. If I was only planning to be with her for a little bit and to dip after I got clout, I wouldn't have signed a whole ass year lease with her where I'm stuck in this position where I'm at now, where I can't even get out the fucking lease. So before you guys go assuming, please think about that. Please learn to hear two sides of the story before listening to what one person says. Because there's people out there who are damaged, who are hurt, who are emotional, and when they are mad, they will make the other person look terrible. There's a lot more to this, and I really don't want to get into detail about it because, like I said, I'm here to just kind of clear things. I'm not here to expose or, make anything worse. I don't want to do any of that. I'm just here so that you guys can get a better understanding of what's going on, so you guys know my feelings and know what's going on. Me and Chandler have been arguing for a while, like these past couple months. And to you guys, all you guys are seeing is that Zay left the house. Things that she posts on her Instagram or her story or YouTube, that Zay left and all this stuff like that. So to you guys, all you guys see is, oh, Zay left, he came back. Zay left, he came back. Zay left, he came back. Yes, that looks toxic. It is toxic. That is toxic. But now I'm about to tell you guys the reason why I was leaving and coming back, so that you guys get a better understanding and knowing how this has nothing to do, it's out of my control. When me and Chandler argued and we broke up and stuff, I left the house. I decided to leave the house and continue to pay for the house and also pay to stay at my friend's house or pay to stay in hotels. So this whole time I've been going out that house, I've been paying for hotels. I've been paying my friends to stay with them. And even then, Chandler thought it would be best for me to do that because she felt that all the toxicity was, inside the house, and just dealing with crew, with crew being there too. It just was bad, and it was bad vibes, and I understood that. So I made the choice to leave for a while, as long as I could, paying to be somewhere else and also paying for the rent at the place that me and Chandler live at. I continued to pay that rent while paying for another place to stay. I did that out of the kindness of my heart. I could have said, no, I want to stay in this house. I could have said that because at the end of the day, me and Chandler are both on that lease. She can't tell me to leave that house. But I respected how she felt and wanted me to leave. And I also left for myself because I felt like I needed to be away from some energy and take time to heal and grow as a person. So I decided to do that. And I decided to continue paying for that place and pay for another place to stay. I did this for a while until financially it became a little hard because I started losing a lot of money by paying for another place to stay and paying for the rent. at the place that me and Chandler live now. So I ended up having to come back eventually. Chandler announced this on her YouTube or Instagram. Somewhere on her social media, she announced that I came back. To people, it seemed like I was being toxic because it's like, why does Zay leave and then come back randomly? But you guys don't know that I had no choice but to come back because I was paying for that place still. People are asking like, oh, Zay's broken up with Chandler. Why doesn't he just leave and get another place? I can't leave because I'm stuck on that lease. I've been wanting to be off this lease for the longest time, guys. You guys don't understand. I've been wanting to be off this lease. My friends know, my family knows, everybody knows I've been wanting to be off this lease. I've tried talking to leasing agents and they told me that I had to pay $4,000 to get off the lease. And I offered to pay the full $4,000. And they told me that Chandler has to sign off on letting me off the lease. I told Chandler this. Chandler didn't want to sign off on letting me off the lease. She wanted to keep me on the lease, and she still wants to keep me on the lease. Okay, y'all, while I was editing this video, a little change. Basically, Chandler texted me and said now she wants me off the lease, but now instead of paying $4,000, she's trying to make me pay $7,000. She's saying I need to pay her $7,000 because basically of all the stuff I'm putting her and crew through now, stuff like that, or like her and crew deserve that because she's gonna be paying for the bills for herself or something like that. I don't know. It sounds like a whole scam though. My point is I'm not paying $7,000. I offered to pay the full $4,000 when, you know, I first tried to get off the lease and you wouldn't let me get off the lease, and now you want me off the lease but you want me to pay a full $7,000. That sounds like a whole ass scam. And you know, and even crazier is I spent all this money, you know, being at hotels and stuff like that because I was uncomfortable in my own house. I couldn't even sleep in my own house without her, you know, harassing me or, you know, making me sleep on the floor uncomfortably when there's 2 bedrooms and stuff in there. And now you want me to pay a full $7,000. Now I think it's crazy now that she's trying to let me go on her own time, but upping the price of everything. I don't know. And she's saying that I'm selfish for wanting to be off the lease, but so is it better for me to be on the lease and be harassed and continuously having to sleep on the floor and you just messing with me and being mentally abused in the house? Okay, if I'm selfish for wanting to not have that, then let that be. Keep in mind, this is stuff that you guys don't know. So from the outside, you guys looking on social media, it looks like I'm just being this toxic ass person. And I'm still keeping this inside. I'm not over here throwing it out on social media because I wasn't trying to use that energy, you know, for something like that. I was trying to keep all this drama and stuff off of social media because I know that if I do that, it's just going to end up worse. It's going to be Chandler bashing me some more. Because I literally went live just to tell people we broke up and Chandler bashed me and made up shit about me. So it's like if I go live and tell people, hey, I'm stuck on this lease, just let you guys know that I've been trying to get off this lease, but Chandler won't sign me off to let me off the lease. Chandler will make a video or, you know, go on Instagram and bash me some more for no reason and lie on me about things. So I've been trying to get off this lease for a long time and she wouldn't sign me off the lease. So eventually when I had to come back to the house, that was that. Me and Chandler tried to work things out and be friends and be cordial and stuff like that. And it was somewhat working. It was like an up and down hill, sort of, until it got to the point where we just couldn't do it no more because Chandler is a very affectionate person. I'm a very affectionate person too, but it feels wrong for me to do things like that with my ex, such as sex or kissing and stuff like that. So when I first came back to the house a while back, we, you know, yes, we would still be kissing sometimes, or, you know, we would do the thing sometimes. And I started to realize how wrong it felt and like how I just felt it was toxic as well. Like this isn't helping us at all. This isn't helping us move on. So I decided to cut. Alright, my camera died, but I told Chandler that we shouldn't be doing this because I felt that it was toxic. So after that, Chandler was like, okay, you know, I don't have feelings for you and stuff like that. She kept reminding me that she didn't have feelings for me, and I let her know that I didn't have feelings for her either, you know. I love her, I have much love for her, but I felt our relationship was at an end, and that's what it was. But Chandler still constantly wanted to kiss and do all this other stuff, and I would tell her no and she would get mad. So what I'm about to tell you guys right now, honestly, you guys are gonna laugh about it. It's gonna be funny to you guys. At this point, I'm gonna have to tell you guys just so you guys understand. I have a very bad tickling problem, okay? If you tickle me, like I could take a tickle, but if you excessively tickle me, like it starts to hurt. So Chandler knew that I had a very bad tickling problem. So whenever Chandler would try to kiss me and I would tell her no, she would begin to tickle me so hard, you know, forcing a kiss to the point where I would have to let her have the kiss. Only way that I could get her off me is if I was to, you know, physically hit her or anything like that. But you guys know how that goes. If I do something like that, then I end up in jail just for trying to get her off me because she is sexually harassing me, trying to kiss me and, you know, forcing it by tickling me. She's done this so many times to the point where I became okay with her just kissing me again. And then it was more on and off thing, like, okay, like, you know, no, I'm okay with you kissing me. No, I'm not okay with it. I'm okay with it, you know, I'm okay with kissing you, you know, but no, I kept reminding myself, like, no, this is wrong, you know, to the point where I really was done with it. I was like, we can't be doing this, like, this is not okay, you know, and I'm still trying to keep my composure. I'm still trying to keep my cool and everything like that. So we're going to fast forward to a couple of days ago. I think it was a week ago now. I was at the house with Chandler. Me and Chandler, friends once again. We're cool, we're just friends. Everything was going pretty smooth this time. And I was on the bed. Chandler was on the bed too. I was watching a movie, I think, and she was also watching a movie, and she put her leg over me. So, like I said, this has nothing to do with me, you know, having a girlfriend or anything like that, because I'm single. I'm not talking to nobody right now. I'm single, but it's the fact that I just didn't want her leg on me. I didn't want to cuddle. I didn't want to kiss. I didn't want to do any of that. I just didn't want to be touched. So Chandler put her leg over me, basically, and I asked her to take it off. And she kept saying why, and I told her because it was hot, which genuinely it was hot. And then she said it wasn't even hot in here, and I said it is hot, and also I just want your leg off of me, please. I asked her in the most respectful way ever, and she was like, well, you should have just said that then, that you just didn't want my leg on you. And I told Chandler, it doesn't matter the reason. I shouldn't have to give you a reason why I don't want your leg on me. I just don't want your leg on me, please. So Chandler got mad, kicked me off the bed, and told me to go sleep on the couch. So I went to go sleep on the couch. Not even 5 minutes later, Chandler decided to go into the living room and just throw my stuff on the ground. So also, something I left out, Chandler has thrown my stuff around before. This is where things were already kind of toxic for me, at least in my opinion, when Chandler would throw my stuff around the house. So this time she throws my stuff around the house, and I'm just not being fazed by it. I just continue to try to sleep because I'm tired. I got off work. And we will always have these arguments when I get off work too, and I'm just so tired and I'm drained. I'm really drained. So anyways, I'm on this couch trying to sleep, and basically Chandler comes into the living room sitting on the couch trying to talk to me, you know, and I didn't want to talk because I was so angry. I was angry that she was getting mad that I didn't want to, you know, be affectionate of her, because she's always been doing this. It's like she's been doing this for these past months, and it's like, why are you getting so mad? So I was so fed up this time. I was like, no, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. And it wasn't even that I was so angry at her. It was more that I was so drained and I'm so tired from work. I get home, I work at 8 to 9 hour shifts, and I'm tired. I don't want to deal with none of this. I'm going to sleep because I got to wake up in the morning for work, and she's just bothering me. She keeps harassing me. It's like, I don't want to be bothered. So, you know, it's like this whole time we were doing this argument, she over here trying to talk to me. I'm just telling her, like, we'll talk tomorrow. Like, please just let me go to sleep. That's all I want to do. I just want to go to sleep. Chandler gets mad again and tells me to get off the couch. It's her couch. She paid for it. Don't sleep on it. I said, okay. It was petty to me, but okay. So I go ahead and get off the couch. I said, I'll sleep on the floor. She said, no, don't sleep on the rug. That's my rug. I don't want you to sleep on it. I said, okay, I'll sleep on the floor next to the kitchen. So I did that. She took the blankets from me because the blankets in the living room are the blankets she paid for. She was just being extra petty. And I got to the point where, you know, like, know what? No, that bedroom set that's inside our room, we both paid for that. So I'm going to take that blanket. So I snatched that blanket from her and I slept on the floor. So this part I remember so vividly because I'm never going to be able to get out of my mind now. This is the most disrespectful and hurtful shit Chandler has ever said to me. And I'm all about forgiveness, but I don't think I'll ever forgive Chandler for this ever again. And I want to be that person to forgive, though, because I know that it's holding hurt, it's holding a grudge, you know, and it's something that will take a while. But this is where it just finalized everything, where I was like, I can't be friends with Chandler. I can't even be cordial with Chandler at this point. I was on the floor sleeping. I slept there the whole night, by the way, till the morning before I had work. I was on the floor sleeping. Chandler came back out talking shit. And just how I told you guys about my adopted family, or my play family that she calls, and stuff like that. My mom was in and out of my life a couple times, and don't get me wrong, my mom's a great mom. I love her. She's done everything that my mom has been through. She's done for us, and I didn't realize that until I got older. and I also never met my dad. Chandler decided to come out the room just to hurt me some more. Keep in mind, during this whole argument, Chandler stated she was going to make my life a living hell. I guess this is what she means by making my life a living hell, by saying all this horrible shit and by making a video to make me look like a bad person. Chandler comes out this room and says, that's why your mom left you, and that's why your dad left you, that's why Kirsten left you, that's why all these people left you. So as soon as I heard that, I was so angry, and I remember, like, in my mind, I literally wanted to just go off, but I kept my composure, and I literally just closed my eyes, and I remember I was praying to God the whole time she was just talking. I was just praying to God, like, I was like, things are gonna get better and stuff like that. That was the most hurtful shit I've ever heard anybody say. The most disrespectful thing I've ever heard anybody say. And it hurt me even more from her because this is somebody I told my personal business to. I told them everything about my personal life. I let you into my life. I told you about my history, you know, with my family, and you decided to use that against me because you were mad because I didn't want to put I didn't want your leg over me, and I didn't want you kissing me. Throughout this whole entire argument, these 4 months, 5 months, however long it's been, 2, 3 months, I don't remember, I've never once said anything that low about Chandler. I've never disrespected her on that level. One thing I will say I felt I was wrong for is when I first went live and, you know, in the beginning, and I said that she was crazy. I honestly felt she was crazy, you know, but when me and her worked it out that time, she told me that, you know, it was hurtful to her, and I apologized about it. But you, like, crossed a whole nother level saying that, especially because, like, I never met my dad. What does that have anything to do with me? What does that have anything to do with me? You saying that's why your dad left you, that's why your mom left you. What does that have to do with me? The fact that you said that, like, but this is how things have been these past few months. It's just Chandler, you know, throwing slugs at me and just saying the most hurtful shit to get to me. She's been doing things like this, and it's to the point where I have no tears left to cry. I can't even process certain things at the moment. I've been trying so hard these past few months after, you know, the first altercation to just grow as a person and just become a better person. I started reading books. I started working out in the morning at 6, 7 in the morning. I've been, you know, working out, trying to take my mind off things, trying anything possible to stay out of that house, because I know when I'm in that house, Chandler starts an argument for no reason. Chandler is a petty person. I love Chandler, but she is a petty person. Let me show you guys how petty Chandler is. I'm paying equal amount rent for a place that, you know, Chandler's staying in right now, and I'm not staying there. But I'm paying that equal amount rent, and Chandler does shit like this for her car. So you guys can see right here, Chandler, look how petty Chandler is. That parking, like, do you understand how petty you have to be to park like that? You really went out your way to, you know, maneuver your car to park like that. To be petty just so I can't park in a spot. But I'm paying rent at this place that I can't even have my own parking spot in now. Chandler is a petty person. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and try to bash her. Chandler is a good person too. Chandler is an amazing person. Chandler is a good girlfriend. If I'm being honest, Chandler is a really good girlfriend. Chandler has done so much for me. She cares for me. Chandler has made my birthday special. She, you know, she always went out her way to do things for me when I needed it. You know, she bought things for me randomly, but don't sit here and try to act like I wasn't a good boyfriend to you. Don't sit here and do that. Whenever you needed me, I was there. Times when I was out, even when we're broken up, I'll be out with my friends, stuff like that, and you would tell me you're sick and stuff like that, and I would come to you, I'll bring you medicine, I'll do all this stuff. I would take care of crew for you, help you. Don't sit here and try to bash me and make it seem like I'm a bad person, or I didn't care for you, or I used you. I've done so much for you, Chandler. I've done so much for you that you don't even realize it. I was always the one waking up early in the morning to go get crew, change his diaper and stuff like that when it wasn't possible for you to do it, just because you were tired. But think about this too. Chandler is capable of doing all these things herself. She is a single mother. Chandler is capable of doing all these things herself. I know. I was raised by a single mother. I know. Single mothers out there, just know that you guys are capable of raising a good child, okay? Don't feel like you need to have somebody in your life in order to, you know, make a good child, because you can do it. My mom is living proof. But I wanted to make life a little bit easier for Chandler. I wanted some stress, you know, off her shoulder. So I would, you know, do the best I can when I could, and, you know, take care of Crew when, you know, she was busy or stuff like that. But no, she says I don't care about her or Crew. Things like that really hurts too, because I devoted all my time, I wasted energy, money, all this stuff on, you know, Chandler, and she turns around and says all this shit. Chandler wants to make me this really bad person. She said that I used Crew, you know, to get girls and stuff like that. I was using Crew. Like, that doesn't make, okay. Think about it like this. If a girl goes on my Instagram and sees a picture of me and a kid, that doesn't make her want me even more. That would make her want me less. Like, oh, this guy has a kid, you know, I don't really want to talk to him. So how would I be using Crew to get girls? That doesn't make sense. Also, something else to talk about, cheating. I never fucking cheated on Chandler, okay? I've never cheated on Chandler. I've never cheated, to be honest. In general, I've never cheated. If I'm in a relationship, I'm staying loyal in that relationship. If I want somebody else, I'm gonna break up with that person. Chandler, if I wanted to be with somebody else, I would have broken up with you. I've never cheated. Chandler has accused me of cheating so many times just for no reason. Like, oh, for instance, and like, you know, this is probably 3 months in our relationship. Before me and Chandler moved in together, me and Chandler got into a big argument. She started throwing all my stuff around the house. I got in the car. She walked outside with Crew in her arms and tried to get behind my car and wouldn't let me leave. She wouldn't let me leave and wouldn't let me back out. She literally sat behind my car until I got out the car to talk to her, because she was being crazy. To me, she was being crazy. I remember telling Chandler, stop. You have a kid with you in your hand right now. Just go inside the house, please. It was late as hell. So Chandler then said that that's why you're a cheater. She accused me of cheating, and I'm like, what? Then she said, oh, this girl DM'd me showing me proof, you know, and said that you were talking to her, you know, and you're a cheater. So I was confused. I was genuinely confused. I genuinely wanted to know how I cheated. So I said, okay, Chandler, show me the DM, please, because I want to know how I cheated. So Chandler tells me, oh, no, my phone's in the house charging. You got to come back inside the house. So I come back inside the house. Chandler goes to her phone, looks for the DM, and says, oh, it's not there. Maybe you told the girl to delete it. What? Chandler, come on, like, she's done this like 3 times. She would state that I cheated and say that someone sent her something, but then when I asked to see it, she would delete it, apparently. At this point, I'm thinking that she just says the shit just to say it. I would never cheat on Chandler. I never talked to another girl while talking to Chandler or while being with Chandler. I've never flirted with another girl while being with Chandler. So you guys can go ahead and dead that if you guys believe that at all, if anything. I never cheated, and I will never cheat. I guarantee you I will never cheat. I put that on everything. Once again, but I'm this bad person she makes me out to be, right? I've done so much. Y'all don't even know. There's so much more I could say. There's so much more I can say. Just so much that I could tell you guys, but it's like I'm not here to do that. But you're not gonna sit here and bash me, Chandler, and try to make me seem like I'm this bad person. And in her video, she stated she wasn't bashing me. You know, she said that she wasn't bashing me. But you're making it seem like I'm this bad person. You went on Instagram and made it seem like I was a cheater. You said that I was a cheater. You're making it seem like I used you for clout. And you're throwing my family's name in the dirt. So let me go ahead and touch up on that too real quick. Yes, my family disrespected Chandler. But they disrespected Chandler because Chandler was disrespectful herself. If you guys got family members, okay, think of your parents, your mom or your dad. Your mom, for instance. Say that there's a boy or a girl who does some crazy toxic shit to you. Is your parent just going to sit there and let that happen, or they're going to be disrespectful and they're going to have your back? That's exactly what my family did. When me and Chandler first broke up, Chandler decided to move my shit and give it to her cousin's uncle. I think it's his uncle. And he took it somewhere where I don't even know. It was in his truck somewhere. So I had no idea where my stuff was at when my family came with me to get my stuff. That angered my family because now at this point, you're playing with us. You're already being disrespectful. You're being toxic. You're harassing me, you know. All this other stuff. So yes, they disrespected you because you disrespected them, and you disrespected me too. They were just having my back. That's all it was at the end of the day. There were certain things that were said though that honestly I feel like I don't agree with, and I should have stepped up in that part, but I was so frozen at that moment, and I later apologized to Chandler about it because I felt like some things didn't need to be said during that exchange. So anyways, I have all this hurt and anger built up. So you guys understand what's happening back then. This is like a couple months ago. So now I want to talk to you guys about my vibe, my energy, and the videos and stuff like that, or how Chandler's saying that like I started acting different when I came back to the house and like she was putting in more effort than I was putting. So I just want to tell you guys I agree with her. she's right about that. Chandler has been putting a lot more effort into us rather, you know, than me. I haven't been putting in a lot of effort. But now think about everything I just told you guys. All this stuff I have built in, all this anger, and then on top of it, I'm getting bashed on social media by, you know, our supporters and stuff like that because they believe, oh, you know, Zay was homeless, or, you know, Zay was about to be homeless, and Zay was a hobo, you know, all this stuff, and he used Chandler, so, you know, Chandler gets this guy a place to stay, you know, stuff like this, all this stuff lying, and I still never spoke about it. I could have made a video and, you know, say like, hey, that was a lie earlier, but I never did that. I decided to be like, okay, you know, as long as I know the truth, then that's all it is. All this disrespectful shit Chandler has been saying to me and has said, I've been keeping inside. So when I still try to be friends with Chandler, I tried my hardest to be friends with Chandler, you know, and try to disregard all the hurtful shit she's done and said to me. So of course my energy is going to be off, Chandler. My energy was off, and I noticed it myself. I even talked to you, hey, you know, I'm still feeling, you know, some type of way about this, you know, like, you know, I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt deep down inside. I need to heal. So I apologize if I'm, you know, acting off. I told her this. And the thing with Chandler is, I don't think I've ever was able to sit down with Chandler where she could literally just listen to my feelings and understand where I'm coming from. There's been like 2 times she's done that, but she would disregard it the next day and get mad at me. So she gets mad that I'm acting a certain way in a video, stuff like that. It's because I'm hurt, Chandler. I have all this shit built into me, and I never got to let it out, like how you just let out what you want on the social media and just bash me, make up shit. I never got to let out all this shit, and on top of that, I have people, you know, bashing me, DMing me false shit because you decided to say false shit, and I just never spoke up on it. And this is where I just realized the social media shit is toxic. It is toxic. So her recent video, she says all this stuff, and now I have people, you know, not really a lot of people, but I have some people DMing me saying that I'm not shit and that I used her and crew and stuff like that. It's because you guys hear one thing off of this video, but you guys never heard my side. It's because I wasn't planning on saying anything still, but you guys never heard my side, and you guys just decided to believe what she said and run with it, right? But now y'all brought me to the level where I'm in this process of healing. I'm starting to go to therapy. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be a better person, but I just keep getting attacked. I keep getting pulled back. You guys are preventing me from doing what I'm trying to do to become a better person, and now you guys forced me to make this video, so congratulations. But I already know at the end of this video, whatever, you guys are still going to believe whatever you guys want to believe, and I'm not asking you guys to change your views at all. You guys believe whatever you want to believe, support whoever you want to support. I'm not telling you guys not to support Chandler. Support Chandler. Chandler is a great person, she really is, but I just feel that me and her are not meant to be together. I am not the person who can deal with someone who says really deep down hurtful shit when they're mad over little things. I don't have that type of skin. Now, someone may be able to tolerate that with Chandler. Someone really may be able to tolerate that with Chandler, but it's not me. So I'm sorry for the time that me and you both invested, Chandler. I really am. But once again, you're making me out to be this really bad person that I'm not. My mind is all over the place right now because I'm more disappointed than upset, but like I said, I've been going through it these past few months. People have been seeing, and I've been denying that I've been hurt. You know, I've been like, I'm good and stuff like that, but now I'm finally accepting the fact that I'm not okay. So like I said, I've been trying to reach out to therapy and just heal and basically just focus on me. Hence why I started working out early in the morning, why I've been just working on me. So something else, there's a lot of things I feel like I need to say in this video, and I just can't think of what else. But there's also one thing I really want to touch up on, a key highlight that Chandler mentioned in the video that I want to talk about. And that is about me not wanting to be called dad. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. What Chandler said in that video about me not wanting to be called dad, that is true. The way she went about saying it though, and the reasoning is false. So let me go ahead and tell you guys now that my family didn't influence me on anything of that behalf. Yes, I had a family member tell me, hey, just keep in mind that, you know, this is not legally your son. It's so early into the relationship, and, you know, just keep that in mind, that if you are feeling hurt in this relationship, that you're not staying just because of this kid. You know, have love for the kid, but don't feel like you are obligated to stay if you're feeling hurt because, you know, of crew. That's all that was said, and that was really good advice for me. Now, my family never disliked crew or Chandler. In fact, my family loved crew. When I introduced Chandler to my family wanted Chandler to bring crew all the time. Crew came and met my family, and my family offered to watch crew while me and Chandler went out and had fun. So that's exactly what they did. They watched Crew. They love Crew. They would never say anything hurtful like that. Now, me, yes, I told Chandler I didn't want to be called dad for that time being. This is because towards still kind of the beginning relationship. But let me tell you guys the actual reason why I said that. So when me and Chandler first started dating, Chandler and I thought it would be good for me to reach out to Caden, which is Crew's biological father. So I went on Snapchat and added Caden, and I told him, basically just introducing myself. I said, hey, my name is Isaiah, and I just want to tell you that I have pure intentions with your son Crew and Chandler. Caden responded to me and he said, I appreciate you for reaching out to me, but I don't know how I feel about you being around my child, to be honest. So this kind of triggered something in me, and honestly, I understood. Like, if I had a kid who was across the country and, you know, around another guy, I would probably feel the same way. I understood completely what Caden was talking about, and I told him I respected it. So I told Chandler I wanted to respect that, and this is still in kind of towards the beginning of the relationship, sort of. So I told Chandler, hey, maybe, you know, I shouldn't be around Crew too much, or, you know, maybe we shouldn't do the family channel. We should just do just me and you, or, you know, me and you just hang around each other more than, you know, the whole with Crew thing. And this is only because I wanted to respect Caden and gain his trust at the moment. So Chandler was like, nah, fuck what he says type shit. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, but I still felt kind of bad because I felt like I just was breaking his trust, because, you know, I just told him I respect him and, you know, his wishes, but I'm over here, you know, still doing the opposite. So Crew was crying one day, and Chandler told me one day, hey, like, can you change his diaper, dad? You know, and it just triggered me, and I said, hey, nicely I said it. I said, do you mind not just saying dad at the moment, just because I felt a little different about it, you know, after with Caden, and I just wanted to respect him, basically. You know, I just didn't really feel comfortable being called dad or having that label after, you know, Caden just telling me that he didn't know how he felt about me yet. You know, I just wanted to respect that. And also, to be honest, it just, me and Chandler were rushing really fast, and I noticed that, and it was just a lot to consume in. So I wasn't saying, hey, like, you know, I'm not going to take care of Crew, or, you know, like, that's not my son and stuff like that. I was just asking her nicely if she could respect it too, as I'm trying to respect that as well, to not be called or be labeled that at the moment. Later on, I eventually became comfortable with it, and, you know, I was okay with it. So, like I said, at the end of the day, it was all about respect, and literally later I became comfortable with it. It's just something that I just wasn't comfortable with at the moment. Chandler got mad at me for saying it that day, and I didn't really see why, but at the same time I could see why. But literally, like I said, I was just trying to be respectful towards Crew's dad, especially because I feel like I needed to earn his respect and his trust, because if I wanted Crew to be considered my son, I had to respect both his biological parents. God knows I have so much love for Crew, and I still do. Me and Crew have this bond that, like, I don't even know how to explain it. I treat Crew as my own. I consider him my own. I love Crew. People, like Chandler said in her video, will come up to me and be like, that's a cute baby, and I would say thank you. You know, I wouldn't be like, oh, you know, it's not my baby, it's my girlfriend's son. I love Crew, and I always will love Crew. He's such a bright kid. I would never do anything to hurt him. I would never do anything like that. I love Crew so much, and I think that's what also is making this hard for me at the moment, and why I also have a lot of hurt, is because with all this going on, I know this affects Crew too, and I know that I'm not going to be able to see him again. But I've been hurt so bad in this relationship to the point where I don't think I'll be ready to ever pursue another relationship for a while, or, you know, anything like that. But literally I can't think of anything else right now. There's so much I, you know, have on my mind and I want to say, but I just feel like those are the main points I need to state out. Once again, I'm not using Chandler for clout. I'm not doing this for clout. I never cheated on Chandler. I always cared about Chandler. I always cared about Crew. And that's that. So you guys obviously will believe whatever you guys want to believe. Go ahead and believe it. And honestly, after this video, I feel like Chandler's going to make a response video to this and turn it into drama. I'm gonna let you guys know ahead of time. I'm not going to be doing that. I won't be doing that. I'm going back to that person I said I wanted to be by not responding to hate comments or not responding to negativity. As long as I know the truth, then that's all that matters. So you guys literally believe what you want to believe, okay? And I'm just gonna, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna continue to do me, and I'm just gonna continue to heal and work on myself. I'm gonna continue to be a better person. I'm going to learn to be a better person. Every day I'm learning and I'm growing. You know, as you guys seen a couple of days ago when I was on live, I was literally on live just talking to you guys, communicating and interacting with you guys, just talking, you know, having good conversation. And a supporter kept bringing up me and Chandler, asking about us. And everybody in the comments was asking them to stop, that person to stop, saying like, hey, you know, obviously Zay doesn't want to talk about it. And I said, yeah, obviously I don't want to talk about it. Could you please stop bringing up Chandler, you know, or I'm going to have to block you. And I said it nicely. I said, you know, I'm going to have to block you if you keep doing that. Please stop so I don't have to block you. You know, and I said if I block you, I will unblock you later so that you get into my lives later. It's just that I'm asking you nicely to not do that and you're still doing it. So I ended up blocking that person. And that person went straight directly to Chandler and told Chandler that I blocked her because she supports Chandler. And then Chandler decided to go live and start mess again. Like I said, no matter what I do, there's always going to be the outcome of Chandler hating me, bashing me, talking shit, throwing subliminal messages, just doing anything in her power to make me look like the bad guy and to make my life live in hell. Like I said, that's what she stated. She said that she will make my life live in hell. I really don't know what else to say now. But for the most part, you guys understand a little bit of my feelings and how I feel about this whole thing and what's been going on behind the scenes behind me, because I never said my part until now. So you guys can either take it or leave it, run with it, do whatever you guys want, support whoever you guys want. But I know that I never used Chandler for clout. I never cheated on Chandler. Me and Chandler both hurt each other, I feel like, a lot of times in this relationship, and we are not perfect. You know, we made mistakes. And I'm still making mistakes as I go, because I'm young, man. I'm 21 years old. I am a young person. I'm learning every single day. And Chandler, if you feel like I hurt you, I apologize, and I have apologized to you many times. I feel like I apologized to you about things that I didn't need to apologize to you about, honestly. But like I said, you said some really deep, hurtful things that I don't think I could associate myself with you at all anymore. If you guys don't fuck with me no more for whatever reason, then let it be that. But I'm done hearing about all this. I'm done hearing about this relationship. I'm done hearing about how toxic we are and stuff like that. I'm going to continue doing me. I'm going to get closer with God. I'm going to continue reading. I'm going to continue to work out and work on my body and my health and just become a better person. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and y'all stay blessed. Y'all have a good one.